Hi, I'm Steve Stahl. I'm the third partner in JSG Consulting. I have a BS in Business Management from Elmhurst College. I've earned my MBA there as well. I'm an IT operations specialist, and I have 20 plus years experience in the consulting management business. We're going to talk about years 17 through 20 with Company C, Steve Shoot Company, the final years. In entering year 17, we had some business problems. Inflation and tariffs were expected to rise. Exchange rates were unpredictable and unstable. New competitors were copying strategies of existing companies. The market share is no longer price-based, and government assistance was going to be available to some of the companies that were struggling. We decided to adapt our management style again. We wanted to increase our price in order to reflect higher quality in shoes. We were going to increase the star quality of our shoes. We were going to maintain a high advertising budget. We were going to limit our tariffs by distributing efficiently, meaning that we were going to distribute our shoes from where we were building them, avoiding shipping costs. And then when it came to shipping on the internet, we were going to remove free shipping from our shoes. We felt that if we had a high quality standard, people should pay for that quality. If we take a look over here, we see that C has now moved into the high end on the internet segment, as well as on the wholesale segment, which is the direction we wanted to head with the organization. And we find our year 17 results: $491 million in revenues. Our earnings per share were $1.93. Return on equity, we were very high with a second place of 5.1. Our stock price was at $22.25 a share. Maintained a very high credit rating and an image rating of 74. We believe that this put Company C in a position to be the top performer. Our strong cash reserves would be used to reinvest back in the company as we saw opportunities within the market, and we decided in that year to buy back our stock in order to strengthen the company. As we were getting into year 20, we've learned a lot going along the way. Why don't we step forward? We found some business opportunities. There were a couple of companies either to acquire or possible mergers. We were worried about antitrust violation and monopoly laws. We were looking at the huge markets that we could gather. On the other hand, we wanted to know, were the acquisition targets really structured to complement our strategic growth? After analysis, we decided we weren't interested in either mergers or acquisitions, that we were happy with our current position. We weren't willing to get into a bidding war over the organization, and we decided to build on our current strategies in order to ensure our success. Our final results for year 20, $594 million. Fourth overall. Our earnings per share, we moved up to $18.01 for second overall. Our return on equity was high. Fifth overall. Stock price, we were second. Our credit rating, we maintained the highest credit rating, and the image rating was the highest among the competing companies. We can see this through the snap chart here. We were the highest company in terms of high-end shoes on both the internet as well as the wholesale market. Our final thoughts for year 20, we had a successful year without the merger or acquisition. There were a lot of companies vying for that. We were glad to stay out of it. Couldn't compete directly with the acquired companies. These were low-end companies selling on margin, or selling on quantity, not quality, where we had changed our strategies. We stuck to our strengths in order to be successful with the resources we had available. Our exit strategy, as we defined them: leave the company with a strong balance sheet, and that we did. $200 million in cash and $565 million in total assets. A credit rating of A+ and shareholder equity of $543 million. We wanted to leave the company the opportunity, the next business managers, the opportunity to build the company even stronger. We wanted to leave the company with a loyal customer base. So our markets in North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia Pacific all expanded in the last year of management with an image rating of 89. And finally, we wanted to reward our investors for their trust in our management ways. We paid out a $6 dividend, $1 for each year of management overview. What we learned from all of this, for me, it was reading's not a substitute for experience. The opportunity to play the game and see the results out of each year's analysis and forecasting gave us the ability to be able to put our thoughts into action. You will set forecast production and marketing plans annually to company strategies and market industry trends. It's important not to do things just of what you see for yourself, but be aware of what those are doing others are doing around you. That game concepts can reflect real stories of why and how real businesses fail. Finally, long-term successful companies are determined by extraordinary analysis and planning. Thanks.
And what I learned from the game is that the business world is fast-paced and always changing. Every couple of years they were throwing new scenarios at us, so one strategy wasn't going to work for the whole 10 years. We needed to make sure that we were always thinking of new ways to stay on top of things and to stay ahead of our competition. Also, teamwork is imperative in making decisions. The three of us worked very hard together, going over different scenarios to ultimately decide what was going to be best for the company. If it was just one of us, I can assure you that we would not be where we are. Steve's Shoe Company would not be where they are by that method alone. And like it was mentioned earlier, adaptation is essential for long-term success. The market is changing. You need to adapt in order to stay ahead of your competition. The same strategy is not going to be the same for all 10 years. And then lastly, just how the different levers affect the business environment. If it's not price, it's models offered or advertising. Everything affects the environment its own way. So by the end of those 10 years, we really got a good feel on how each one of those affected it, and definitely a key to our success.